Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Darragh the Menace Ennis is one of the biggest brains on ITV's The Chase, but can you fare better than him when it comes to Fantasy Premier League? Can you solve this FPL question that even stumped ITV quizzing star Darragh Ennis? Famed for appearing on The Chase as a contestant before being handed the role of chaser, Ennis is known for his quizzing mastery. However, even he was stumped by one question concerning fantasy football point scorers. Appearing on the YouTube game show 10's 10, where the goal is to find the niche 10th answer of a top 10 list to earn maximum points, the number one answer on the list earning just a single point, and so on and so forth, Ennis was faced with a daunting task. "This is the problem with football questions," he muttered. "You think it's going to be easy, and then that was absolutely rock hard. I think if I had an hour to think, I would have put 50 different people down there and not been able to pick between them." Of course, the goal is to answer with the player who is 10th on the list, but there's one name may immediately spring to mind: Chelsea's Cole Palmer. The Englishman was indeed the top-scoring player of them all last season, with 244 points. Though in this quiz, Palmer as an answer would earn you just a single point. Other than the Blues star, you'll have to look beyond the top 5 before finding another answer that suits the question parameters, as Phil Foden, 230, Ollie Watkins, 228, Bukayo Saka, 226, and Erling Haaland, 217, all saw their respective sides finish in the top 4. In the quiz's format, the following most obvious answer that would score just 2 points would be Heung-min Son, 213, who couldn't help Tottenham achieve Champions League football Postecoglou's debut season, finishing 5th. Next up is the English trio of Newcastle's Anthony Gordon, 183, West Ham's Jared Bowen, 182, and Tottenham's new record signing Dominic Solanke, who scored 175 points during his breakout year at Bournemouth last term. Notable pair Alexander Isak, 172, who netted an impressive 21 goals for the Magpies last campaign, and Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes, 166, come next. Getting into more obscure stars, Crystal Palace striker Jean-Philippe Mateta, 165, comes 8th on the list, and Brighton's Pascal Gross, 153, would have also scored big. The ideal answer in the quiz that would have earned maximum points was actually Brazilian ace Bruno Guimarães, who, for a combative midfielder, managed to score an impressive 153 points. Well done if you were able to suss out Eddie Howe's 26-year-old enforcer as the top answer, but if you even could muster any name on the list, you'd have fared better than Ennis. "I should have just quit after the first round," the chaser muttered after his answer, having selected ex-Brentford man Ivan Toney, who, after missing a large chunk of last season, mustered just 57 points. In fact, a solid collection of Bees players tallied up a far greater points total than the new Al-Ali marksman, including forward pair Yoan Wissa and Brian Buemo, who collected 131 and 127 points respectively. Join our new WhatsApp community and receive your daily dose of mirror football content. We also treat our community members to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. The bright studio lights of The Chase glistened off the desk as Darragh Ennis leaned forward, his trademark half-smile flickering with a mix of confidence and intrigue. Bradley Walsh was in the middle of reading a question from the latest head-to-head round, but this one, it seemed, had caught even the Menace off guard. This, Darragh would later tell the audience, is what I'd call a rock-hard question. I've seen Premier League experts crumble at it. On the contestant screen, the question flashed. Which Premier League striker scored the fastest hat-trick in the competition's history? The options appeared. A. Sadio Mane, B. Robbie Fowler, C. Jermaine Defoe. Bradley, clearly enjoying the tension, raised an eyebrow. "So, Darragh, you reckon this one's a toughie?" Darragh nodded. "Absolutely. This isn't about who you think is the most famous or prolific. It's about a specific match, a freak moment in football history. I've seen lifelong fans get it wrong. In the contestant seat, Liam, a 27-year-old from Newcastle, was already sweating. "I follow football," he said, "but this is the kind of thing I blank on." Bradley chuckled. "Pressure's on. Think about it. Pace, opportunity, and maybe a bit of chaos." The clock ticked. Liam hesitated between Fowler, the 90s Liverpool legend, and Mane, the lightning-quick Senegalese forward. The memory of seeing Defoe score 5 in a game for Spurs briefly danced in his mind, but the seconds were slipping away. "Time's up," Bradley announced. "Locked in?" Liam pressed A, Sadio Mane. The screen lit up green. Correct. Bradley whooped. "That's right. Mane scored a hat-trick for Southampton against Aston Villa in 2 minutes and 56 seconds in 2015. And yes, Darragh, even you hesitated." Darragh laughed, shaking his head. "I'll admit it, I first thought of Fowler's 1994 record for Liverpool, but Mane smashed it. It's one of those questions that plays tricks on you." The audience burst into applause, both for Liam's nerve and for the little crack in the Menace's usually unshakable armor. Later in the green room, Darragh expanded on it. "People assume we chasers know everything instantly, but some facts are buried under layers of history. Sports trivia is especially dangerous because the game is always evolving. You've got to keep up with every new record, and sometimes the old ones feel more famous than the new." As the show wrapped up, Bradley gave the final word. "So, if you ever get a Premier League question that seems obvious, remember, if Darragh Ennis calls it rock hard, it probably is." And somewhere in Southampton, fans were still smiling at the memory of Mane's worldwide afternoon, one that not only rewrote the record books, but also managed to stump one of Britain's sharpest quiz minds.